Let's proceed simultaneously with everything. Just like lotus flowers, this card is blossoming state. Not involved, discarding, non-involvement itself. Everything is disengaging, discarding disengagement itself. Not involved, discarding the non-involvement itself. In this way, there is no blocking within oneself. Otherwise, there is a blockage by dwelling within body-mind. Lest there be no options, whether it's internal or external. This is not like being afraid of being deluded to the external, so trying to focus in the mind, that is being deluded to the mind. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind just open up normally. But use the conclusion, everything is from disengagement itself. Everything is from not involved within the non-involvement itself. Listen well, this is not about not involved with the internal or not involved with the external. Everything is from not involved within the non-involvement itself. Let's make a conclusion like this. Then naturally there is no delusion for the internal or the external. When there is the fear to be deluded to the external, and then pulling the mind to focus within, that is being deluded anyway. Everything is from not grasping for the non-grasping itself, not involved within the non-involvement itself. Don't think that you don't have to be attached to anything, not attached even to the non-attachment itself. Naturally, there is non-attachment all by itself. The word realm of existence is derived from maintaining and sustaining, from knowing. Mindfulness maintaining itself is also a realm of existence. Maintaining is the delusive attachment. That's why it's called realm of existence. Continue with that which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement. Don't practice. The more practice, the more attachment there is. Let go of the letting go itself with everything. Everything is from not attached to the non-attachment itself. The letting go doesn't grasp for the letting go itself. The letting go discarding itself. This is not called the right way. That is still wrong. So when you use the language is pointing out as the audience follows the language. We have to use the language that discards itself from grasping itself. Therefore, the audience will listen without attachments accordingly. Everything is from not attached to the non-attachment itself, disengaged from disengagement itself. This is not to use disengagement to disengage from anything. Disengagement is by itself, within itself. Just like lotus blossom out and discard its blossoming state. It doesn't grasp for the blossoming state. Letting go, discarding the letting go itself. This is the liberation in blossoming. To be stuck with just blossoming and budding. It's just maintaining mindfulness. Conclude like this. Everything is from not attached to the non-attachment itself. Disengaged from disengagement itself. It has nothing to do with letting go or not letting go. Then it will be true letting go. everything is from disengagement itself, then there is true disengagement. Everything is from not attached to the non-attachment itself. That is true non-attachment. This is not about trying to not attach to anything. This is the conclusion that purifies itself. Conclusion within itself. Use it as a reminder in the way of giving the alignment. The conclusion is called language terminology, which is the essence itself. We can use it as a reminder, recall it constantly. And this conclusion will be heard by the audience, by the beings. When they hear it, they will proceed accordingly. That which has nothing to do with disengage from disengagement itself. Don't practice for attainment. Walk in a way that is not grasping for anything. Sitting in a way that doesn't grasp for the sitting, without minding anything. The mind that doesn't grasp for the mind itself. Unwinding, discarding the unwinding itself as always. The body mind is there, but there is no grasping mind that is overlaying. Therefore, it will not become realm of existence. Body mind, seeing, looking, and knowing is there, but there is no grasping mind overlaying it. Sound, smell, taste, touch, and shapes are there, but there is no grasping mind on top. Therefore, it will not become realm of existence. Mindfulness, reminders, cut through itself. Reminders of cutting within itself, right at the origin. That is like cutting the whole circuit, not just a switch for all and everything at once. The recalls that cut through the recalls themselves, that which has nothing to do with disengagement. Disengagement that has nothing to do with disengagement. This is the reminders that cut through themselves. Everything is from not involved within the non-involvement itself. That is like cutting the whole circuit within the circuit itself. So use the reminders of the great compassion, because each time it's just not that you will hear it yourself, but those who have timing, they can cut through when they hear these reminders accordingly. In all the recitation of mantras of Buddha's Dhamma Sangha or meditation, this is the era of cut through instantly, cut through the cutting itself instantly. More often like this, that which has nothing to do with letting go or not letting go, then the letting go will happen on its own. There is purification for both the letting go and not letting go. This is called not blossoming, not budding, ending such a way. That which has nothing to do with letting go. If there is the attempt to let go, there is still the letting go or not letting go. Let's purify through the emptiness. Nothing to do with letting go or not letting go. Then it will proceed naturally all by itself. This is the era of ending the ending itself. Letting go of the letting go itself. It is not to proceed to the future, ending right at the moment, at the present. Her brother is taking on the karmic difficulties right now. Karmic difficulties are there. You have to take on it to help. Don't help with your mind. Use that which has nothing to do with disengage or not. Helping through unwinding with this mighty force. Otherwise, it will be helping through karma. Karmic difficulties come from physical, mental, and verbal karma from the past. Don't use karma to help karma. Otherwise, it will be karma, the same karma helping karma. It doesn't work. This has to be beyond good heart or bad heart, beyond heart. Then the mighty force will help soften down altogether with all the karmic debtors as well. You can't reject. When your body is pain, the pain is there, you can't reject it, you can't deny it. You have to take on such a karma without rejection it. Without resistance. Whenever you have to die, you will go. Timing is there, so it's up to you. Do not deny it. Whatever happens, just go ahead. Yield to it. Then suffering is there, but there is no suffering with such a yielding. Nothing has to be suffering in it. Just like bypassing, bygone with everything that is happening. Suffering is there, but there is no holding on to the suffering. Therefore, it's bygone. The whole samsara is equal, whether they are your relatives or not. They are under the characteristic of always shifting and changing and meaningless in itself. Anicca and anatta. Give that which has nothing to do with attachment or non-attachment all the same equally. That which has nothing to do with engagement or not, to be given equally for everything. When you take picture of the master like that, you have to be careful. Don't sit on your mobile phone. Better not having photos on your phone from the masters. In this physical world and samsara, there is just the arising karma that is reincarnated. Karma destined in this way and that way, and also the avatar or the reincarnated ones who are coming from the great compassion. So you have to be aware. You see the nature. You see the nature. Don't give names to it. That which has nothing to do with disengage or not. Therefore, everything will not become something without meanings. This is the purification of the extinction and emptiness. Don't fabricate nature as something. That is the delusive attachment of your opinions that is happen in yourself, in your delusive attachment that give names to that, to nature. There is the karmic difficulties of the people that attach to something. Even Buddhas, you can bow down, but don't attach. Whenever you are attached, that is the karmic difficulties of the delusive attachment that is there. Even Buddha is not to be attached to whether his body is crystal, is like crystal or not. Whatever kind of body it is, divine or not, there is nothing to be attached to. Whenever you have to tell people about these non-attachments, do not create rejection in them. Tell them not attach even to the non-attachment itself.